The crimes that it has committed over the last year are truly unspeakable. There are no words to describe the cold-hearted, premeditated mass murder of men, women and children, and the systematic attempt to destroy the Palestinian people. These are among the greatest crimes against humanity that have ever been committed. But they can only occur because of the support that is given to the criminal Israeli regime by the United States, by the European Union and by Western governments who are up to their necks in complicity and in the blood of murdered Palestinians. They could end this tomorrow if they stop the flow of weapons and money and support that they give to this criminal regime. And we must never forget that. This regime is the child of colonialism. It is the same type of regime that inflicted the famine in this country. It is the same kind of regime that inflicted the massacres of people in the Congo, the massacres of people in Vietnam. Israel is not a safe haven for Jewish people. It is a child of colonialism, propped up by the Western powers to dominate and control the Middle East. And it couldn't survive a single day without Western support and arms. Now our government pretend that they feel sympathy for the people of Palestine, that they are horrified by the massacres that have taken place, but they are speaking out of both sides of their mouths. Because in truth, the Irish government are complicit with the genocidal massacre that Israel is inflicting on the people of Gaza. How can the Irish government claim they care about the murdered Palestinians, about the horror that is being inflicted on them, when they allow weapons going to Israel to travel through Irish airspace? They allow the US military to use Shannon Airport. They allow the Irish Central Bank to facilitate the sale of war bonds to finance the massacres that are being inflicted on the people of Gaza, Palestine and Lebanon. This is criminal complicity. So shame on the Irish government. As long as they do this, the Irish government also have blood on their hands. And we got a little glimpse, didn't we, with the revelations from the ditch, that the US ambassador made a phone call to Micheál Martin 90 minutes before he announced that he wasn't going to pass the Occupied Territories Bill. He was just going to review it. That is the truth. And we heard it before with Pascal Donoghue giving assurances to the Israeli government that they would not pass the Occupied Territories Bill, and they would cynically use the so-called money message to block that bill. So this is absolutely criminal complicity and lying to the Irish people about their real involvement in the crimes that Israel is committing against the Palestinian people, and all because they want to stay in with the United States and with governments like the German government, who are the second biggest providers of arms to this criminal regime. So friends, we have to expose these people in the coming weeks as we head towards the election. There is no doubt the vast majority of people in this country stand with the Palestinians. They want to see these sanctions. And this is why the Irish government are speaking out of both sides of their mouth, because they are afraid of this movement on the streets. So we have to use this time to say to anybody who knocks on your door, we want to pledge that you will not participate in any government that does not immediately pass the Occupied Territories Bill into law. Expel the Israeli diplomatic mission and ambassador from this country. Expel the US military from Shannon Airport. End the transport of weapons to Israel through Irish airspace. End the sale of Israeli war bonds through the Irish Central Bank. And beyond that, to break all ties, economic, diplomatic, political, with this criminal regime until the occupation is ended, until apartheid is dismantled, and until Palestine is free from the river to the sea. And let me just conclude with this. As we head into this election, people will think, well, we've got to concern ourselves, and rightly so, with the housing crisis, with the crisis in our health service, with the cost of living and all these issues. But we should remind people of the words of the Manic Street Preacher's song. If you can tolerate this, your children will be next. And that is the truth. Because if our government is willing to stand by, or worse, be complicit with the mass slaughter and ethnic cleansing of Palestinian people, can anybody truly believe they care about ordinary people in this country either? Or that they won't be lining up to drag us into NATO and send our sons and daughters out to fight in future wars for the warmongers of Europe or the United States. There is no doubt they will do this. So this is an issue for us. The road to Jerusalem leads through Dublin, it leads through London, it leads through Paris, it leads through New York. The liberation of Palestine is about the liberation of humanity from barbarism. That's what we're fighting for. And let's make our voice heard. Oh, and don't forget, if you're not registered, you have to register by Tuesday. Fianna Fáil and Fine Gael's people will vote. The young people, the people who believe in common decency, have to get out and vote and make your voice heard in this election. Free Palestine!